What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And of course, this is the Blood and Guts edition of AEW Dynamite. And if you like blood and guts, yep, they provided a lot of that. Basically, the Blood and Guts match is War Games matches. I don't know if you remember back in the day. War Games Match Beyond were teams of 5, 4 or 5. I think the men's or the women's, I think, has 60. Anyway, you know, 2 teams of 5. They, 2 enter, then their partners come in different intervals until all the competitors are in the match. Doors are locked. And from that point, it is the match beyond. Submit or surrender will end the match. So yeah, it's basically like the original War Games concept, but pretty sure they can't use War Games because WWE owns it. But anyway, this takes place, of all places, Greensboro Coliseum. Do you know where the first original War Games match took place at? If you do, let me know in the comments, and I'll let you know if it's right or wrong. Might be a trivia question coming up this week on Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Anyway, before I get into it, you know what I gotta do. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead, click that like button. Also, leave a comment what you think about the Blood and Guts edition of AEW Dynamite. Also, if you like just like hearing a non-insider know-it-all or don't really know it all, this wrestling fan just giving their opinion or giving his opinion, just talking about the sport of professional wrestling, just like any normal fan would do. Hey, be a champ. Click on that subscribe button, and that's always helpful too. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get rolling here. First match of the night was the women's. Where's there? It is. Was the women's Blood and Guts match. Let me get everything. There we go. Yeah, I got fire my editor. So yes, it is the women's Blood and Guts match. Start off with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. They start things off. I think within a minute of it, Sky Blue was already bleeding. Julia Hart comes out. Holly Cameron would come out next to even things out. Tekla comes out, wears out Willow and Harley with the leather strap that she got from her, or it was a boot strap. I guess she was wearing those, biker type boots, and they had the leather strap. She took that off, started wearing people out. Jamie Hayter would come out next, using that barbed wire cover kendo stick that Sky Blue actually introduced when she came in. Mega Bang would come in. Then Chris Statler with the next Even Stevens comeback. Miss PWI 250 #1 female wrestler in the world. Mercedes Moné made her way. She countered a DDT, and that wound up DDT and Chris Statlander on the women's world belt. She passed some of her belts around to her teammates, and they started uh, beating everybody up with them. Mia Shakira would come out next. We see Skylander get color. Maria Xavier, she comes out, pulls out the bed of nails, uh, winds up kicking Statlander and causing her to fall on it. Tony Storm is the last to enter now. It's from that on, it's Submit Surrender, Julia, and Tekla actually slip out. One of uh, the holes in it that was there because they were short, small enough to actually do that. They slipped out, grabbed a key from Mike Posey, unlocks it. So some of the players want it coming outside. Stratton and Ashley would put Monet through a table on the outside. Marina applied the chokehold on Maya as Megan whipped her one of the championship belts. As I think they call her Triangle Terror, Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue held Tony Storm, forcing her to watch them beat and choke out her friend, teammate, until Storm had no choice but to surrender the match. So the winners was Julia Hart, Sky Blue, uh, Mercedes Monet, Maria Xavier, did I say Tekla? Yeah, and Mega Bang. They win the first ever females blood and guts match. And yes, let's see. I know Statlander, Monet didn't, of course. Sky Blue I done mentioned. Seen pictures of Willow. She got gashed a little bit on Harley Cameron, I do believe. Freaking Maria Shriver, she wrestles barefoot. There was like some broken glass. She stuck her foot on it to use it to kick one of the competitors in it. But yeah, it was it was definitely bloody guts if you did that kind of stuff. I mean, gosh, I remember a kid, watching Jim Crockett. I hate to um, digress here a little bit, but we all growing up, we all love those cage matches, and I will say back then they didn't really need all those toys in it, but they just used a cage as a weapon. Even the first War Games matches and stuff like that. I think they might use a chair or something like that, but not the broken glass and everything else. But I should have talked about that later, but but couldn't help but digress a little bit. Next up, we had the AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page. He went up against Powerhouse Hobbs. Not sure why this was a Falls Count Anywhere match, but could have been this a normal match, and then probably could have attacked everybody at the end. But it was what it was. They start throwing hands with during beginning. Hobbs would work over the injured ribs of Adam Page. Adam Page will mount a comeback, hitting Hobbs with his boot, causing Powerhouse to crash through the equipment table, cause the lights to flicker and all that. That's how he get the 1-2-3 win. Shibata and Joe would attack Page until Hook and Eddie Kingston come out before the cage was dropped. Cage was dropped. Adam Page got on mic, said, "Hey, Samoa Joe, you dumbass. If you won a cage match, you should have just asked." So, come Full Gear is going to be a cage match now for the AEW Men's World Championship. Adam Page against Samoa Joe. One of the legends of the Jim Crockett Promotions, probably somebody wrestled millions of times in Greensboro. Ricky Steamboat made an appearance. I think it's supposed to have been Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair, but it's supposed to got a little physical, as you folks seen at home. Go ahead, kind of recap everything. Ricky Steamboat came out. He was middle of a story when FTR came out. They disrespected the legend. Dax Harwood, I guess, was a student of Ricky Steamboat and kind of claimed he didn't learn anything from Ricky Steamboat. They started attacking Steamboat till Brody King and Bandito, the tag team champions, ran in for the save. Got rid of FTR. You've seen Ricky Steamboat doing his classic chops to Dax Harwood there. Took it like a champ. They were very safe with Ricky Steamboat, but like I said, Rick Flair, I think, was supposed to be part of this angle as well. But from what he did make the show, did make an appearance, can't say hello to the crowd, but was injured, has a rotator cuff injury or something like that, so wasn't able to get physical and this night. And this brings us to the main event of the night. It was the men's Blood and Guts match. Start off with Darby Allin and Wheeler Yuta. They start things out. Yuta gets, again, color right away with the help of thumbtacks on the bottom of Darby's board. Orange Cassidy comes out. Daniel Garcia giving the heels the comeback spots because Roger Strong did defeat John Moxley last week on Collision. Therefore, the baby faces had the advantage. Mark Briscoe was supposed to come out next, but seems like he was attacked by the Don Callis family because Mark Briscoe didn't want to join. So it was Roger Strong coming out. Claudio Castagnoli, he just comes in, throws people around, overpowers everybody because he's a lot bigger and stronger than most of the roster. Kyle O'Reilly will be out next. Then John Moxley comes out, does his impression of Abdullah Butcher, uses a fork on everybody. Then Briscoe finally makes it out. Hobbles out. Oh, excuse me. Before that, Pac is out. He was the last one for the Death Riders. Then Mark Briscoe courageously hobbles out with a toolbox, and then all hell breaks loose. It is submit or surrender. Gabe Kidd would come out, help the Death Riders. Him and Pac would put Darby through a flaming table. They put Darby was on top of the little entrance with Pac, and Kidd set up two tables, put the lighter fluid on it, set it on fire. Pac threw Darby off. Looked like he burned his clothes or something like that, but not heard any injuries from him yet. So hopefully he's fine through that. But before that, we seen Moxley staple Orange Cassidy's hands in his pockets. But there was a big comeback from the baby faces. Cassidy mustered up the strength to just pull his hands out of his pocket. Kyle O'Reilly would actually make Moxley tap out of an ankle lock, like I said, forcing him to tap out. So your winners was Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe. They will win this one. Like I said, you like the blood and guts, weapons galore. I think every wrestler, all the male wrestlers bleed. Kyle O'Reilly was a mess, as he was. You can see the crimson mask, as Gordon Soley would say, on the face of Kyle O'Reilly. But I will say it was pretty good. Like I said, I think I still like it better when it was just a cage instead of all these weapons and burning tables. I remember last year I think it was Darby who doused Jack Perry with gasoline and threatened to put him on fire. Then the Young Bucks, okay, we give up. And it's like, okay, top that one, you might as well just light him on fire, top it. But it was pretty good still. This kind. Not that I like this hardcore garbage matches all the time. If it's a feud like this, it needs to be settled in a cage. You put a cage, let the cage be the weapon, and it's supposed to be everybody, kind of in the cage, not all out of the cage and everything else. I mean, Mark Briscoe had Wheeler Yuta on top of the cage, gave him, beat him up with a chair and gave him the J driver and all that. But anyway, That does it for this week's AEW Dynamite Recap. Let me know what you thought about this year's Blood and Guts, and are you looking forward to Full Gear next Saturday? I think I might be watching on pay-per-view. I think so. But anyway, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.